Hi, this is Xane Daniel. I wanted to thank you so much for participating in this meditation and activation. This is not just a guided meditation, but it is an activation. I work with an extra-dimensional collective called the Hathors. They're very powerful, and by listening to the sound of my voice, you're being activated by the Hathors, and then peppered throughout this meditation, you'll receive very specific, targeted energy healing through activations. And how these activations work is I will say, breath in. And when I do, you'll take a nice big deep breath and you'll hold it at the top and you'll wait for me to say the word awaken. And then you can exhale. But it will be loud, so don't be too surprised when it bursts into your ears. This is the signal that will send a high burst of energy to accomplish whatever it is that we're trying to accomplish. And as with all high vibrational energy activations or attunements, it's important for you to know that this can result in a little bit of a recovery period. So don't be surprised if you feel extra tired or extra wide awake. Drink plenty of water after you listen to this. And this recovery period could actually take a couple of days for you to get over. But understand that if you do experience a recovery period, you've gone through quite the transformation. To use the Monday meditations as intended, I invite you to listen to each one all week, every day, until the next Monday meditation releases, and then use that one every day for a week. Each time you listen to them, they will become more and more integrated into the amazing being that you already are. I want you to go ahead and get into a comfortable position, close your eyes, and take a nice big deep breath, and relax as you exhale. Feel the gravity of the earth pulling you in, hugging you, loving you. What we're going to do today is work on any pain that you have in your body. Pain can be caused from so many different things, and in many cases, it's a burden that you're carrying with you. It's some sort of trauma that you've stored in this particular location. It can be pain in your neck or your shoulders or your back, sharp pain or dull pain, aching. It doesn't matter. What I want you to do is really focus in on the experience. Really notice what it feels like. Imagine that you were going to describe this pain to someone else. Think about the words you might use to describe it. When you do that, when you explain something to someone else, you are always diving in a deeper way than you would if you were just thinking about it idly. So really focus on it. Accept it. One of the things that we often do is that we run from our experiences that we do not want. We try to avoid pain. And that is just another form of resistance. So accept this pain. This pain has been probably with you for a long time. Maybe it has come and gone. Maybe it is consistent. It doesn't matter. It's been there. And so instead of grimacing your face and agonizing over it, be at peace with it. Relax your face. Relax your brow. Relax your cheeks. And be in acceptance of this pain for the moment. One of the easiest ways to be in acceptance for pain is to know that it's not going to last forever. If you've been told by some doctor or someone that it is chronic and you'll have it for the rest of your life, that's going to change the way that you look at it. Ultimately, everything is temporary. Even if you have it for the rest of your life, it is temporary because you're an infinite being. And when this form perishes, that pain will be gone, but you will go on. So no matter what kind of experience you're having, no matter how painful it is, you can rest at peace in knowing that it won't be with you for all time. This acceptance allows it to become part of your field so that you can access it. Sometimes when we try to avoid things, it almost becomes like an air bubble in your field. Now your healing energy, that healing energy that you can use for anything, can't access it. And it's because you've tried to isolate it, you've tried to make it go away, you've tried to run from it, rather than fully embracing it and accepting it as part of your experience. So just allow that feeling to exist in your field. It's okay. And as you see it and feel it merging with your field, the experience may intensify. And that's okay. In order to really remove pain, we have to allow that to happen at first. So really feel it. I want you to think about it, and I want you to feel it and see it. So let's imagine that you've been injected with a colored dye or ink. I want you to choose the color. That dye or ink is attracted to this pain region or this pain area. And so if you were looking at yourself through an X-ray or an MRI, you'd be able to see the shape of your pain area. You can really see what it looks like. So now you really have chosen to bring it into your field, and now you've chosen to see it, to truly see it. And it has a border because it doesn't influence your entire body. There are regions of your body that are not touched by this experience, by this pain. So it can be isolated. It can be identified. So now I want you to take a moment and think back to your childhood all the way up until now, and see if you can think of the first time that you experienced this pain. And it might be further back than you think. If you've been dealing with this pain, let's say for months or a year or two, then you might first go, well, it started 2 years ago. But actually, you might notice, or you might be able to remember that it happened when you were a child. Maybe there was you fell off your bike, or you were yelled at by a parent, or you were in a fight with a sibling, or someone at school, or you were told that you weren't good enough, and then all of a sudden you felt this pain. So what we're going to do here is you're going to remove this yourself. I'm going to assist, but this method and this approach you can totally do anytime you want to. So if you don't remember the original experience that caused this, that's okay. I want you to just at least open your mind to the possibility that it is stored trauma, that it is stored from some experience that you had. And all we really need to do is allow that experience to be accepted and to vacate your field. So one of the things that we often do is we believe that whatever is causing us to suffer is more powerful than we are. For those who are dealing with negative entity attachments, your feeling is that the negative entity is powerful and more powerful than you, because you're just a 3D incarnation, you might think. Or, wow, legends say that demons dominate souls. Or pain. Well, pain's physical, it's 3D. I don't know what to do about that. I take pills. I go see a doctor. That's how you get rid of pain. That's not the case. Your field, your body, is your domain. You have sovereignty over those areas. So you have the ability to relieve your own pain. You have the ability to remove your own negative entity attachments. You have the ability to remove your depression or PTSD. What it takes is for you to know that this is true. To know deep down that you have that ability, and that this experience, this pain, is nothing compared to your incredible strength and capabilities of removing it yourself. So you've really focused on it, you've accepted it, you've brought it into your field, you can see what it looks like, you're pondering the very first experience that you might have ever had with it. And now what I want you to do is intensify the pain. Think of the time that it felt the absolute worst that it's ever felt. And if you feel like right now is the absolute worst that it's ever felt, what I want you to do is imagine it being even more painful and more intensified than it is, or that it has ever been. So either take yourself back to that moment of the worst possible pain, or generate it yourself. You have the ability, especially in this direction, it's very easy to do, to make it feel worse. So now that it is feeling, it's throbbing, it's really hurting. Now what you're going to do is you're going to personify it. I want you to picture it as some sort of creature, some sort of evil, something that is bad, that has been having fun torturing you. And I want you to go ahead, after you've pictured this thing, I want you to transform that thing into something sweet and beautiful, kind and harmless. If you saw it as some sort of Tasmanian devil or gremlin or evil spirit or something, now what I want you to do is turn it into something harmless and beautiful. A rainbow, a butterfly, a bird, a bunny rabbit. And if you think of yourself compared to those beautiful things, you are way more powerful than a butterfly. You're more powerful than a bunny rabbit. So watch it transform and still embrace it no matter what it feels like. And then, once it is transformed, I want you to watch it shrink in size until it becomes essentially nothing. Breath in. Oi! Then I want you to notice that shape that you saw earlier. It might be empty. It might be empty space. What I want you to do is fill that empty space with white or golden light. Picture it being filled, and it's overflowing with this light. It's shining out in all directions. You've removed the negative, and we have to replace it with positive. Think back to the thing that caused the problem in the first place. Picture yourself, see yourself at whatever age that this thing happened in. If it was when you were 4, there's a little 4-year-old version of yourself you can see. He or she is crying over this experience, very nervous or miserable about it, or whatever age you were. Picture yourself at that time. You can see your entire body. You can see what you were wearing. You can see your facial expression. You can see the scene, maybe the room or the location that you were in. And now from this perspective, I want you to reach in and remove the burden as soon as it has befallen you, rather than having it root itself into you and now you're dealing with it many years later. You are heading it off before it has a chance to bury itself. You're just going to pluck that little thing right out of your body and send it away into the light. What we did at first was remove the majority of the pain, but it's still a seed. If we don't remove this, and that seed could grow again. So picturing yourself removing it in whatever way you see is the right way. I want you to take another nice big deep breath and relax. And we're going to do another nice big deep breath again. And I want you to fill that space with this breath. And when you exhale, you're going to remove any residue of that first original pain. Make sure that you get all the seed fragments out of there. And when you breathe out, you're sending it away. You are so much more powerful than any negative experience that you have. You have the ability to choose how you experience it, whether you even decide that it's negative or not. And if it is, if you're absolutely convinced that it actually truly is negative, then you can transmute it. You can reverse it. You can turn it into something positive. Because every negative experience we have always brings about a positive result. Always. There are no exceptions to this. So if you would like, think about all the positive things that have happened as a result of this pain experience. Think about who you've become, how you've grown. Think about, what if you ran into somebody else who was experiencing the same problem? You'd be an expert. You'd probably be able to help them in a way that they couldn't be helped otherwise. It goes on and on as to what the positive benefits of this pain experience has been. And what you'll find is that positive belief, that knowing that you are more powerful, that understanding that it was helpful in some way, even though it didn't really feel like it, it was. all of these things will make it so that you can handle any pain, any negative situation moving forward. Breath in. Oi! Good. So when you're ready to recognize how powerful, how amazing you are, and how easy it is to remove anything that you do not want. When you're ready for this, you can open your eyes. As always, thanks so much for participating in this meditation. Please let me know in the comments how it helped, what you saw, what you experienced, so that others who come upon this can get the thrill of seeing and reading other people's experiences. Thank you again, and I'll see you in the next video.